Okay, so this week's project was flash mobs, where I had to organize one and be in two other people's or groups' flash mob. And the first flash mob I was in was the Pac-Man one, which took place on Upper Campus, where we brought our bed sheets and ran around the sidewalks where they just crisscross everywhere, sort of like the Pac-Man game, like the maze. We tied balloons to the ground and had one of the students chase us around with a yellow umbrella that looked like Mrs. Pac-Man. The second flash mob I was in was the one I actually organized, the group hugs flash mob, which took place outside of the bookstore, where everyone was just scattered around by the vendors, like doing like if they were usually just casually there. And there was these two girls holding up a free hugs sign, and whenever anyone would come and hug them, everyone that was in on it around the bookstore would just kind of come and rush in and hug the people, which made it a big like group hug. That was pretty cool, and I thought it was pretty funny, like seeing the people's reactions when they saw everyone coming to hug them. And the third flash mob I was in was the snake one, where we just got in a long single file line and walked around upper campus as well, just like from the bookstore through around the the area where the sidewalks just go all everywhere, like crisscross, and back around through the LA buildings back to the bookstore. I thought that one was pretty interesting and funny because people actually started joining in, just hopping into the line. They didn't even know what was going on. The flash mob artist I did research on was Charlie Todd. He's the one that came up with the Best Buy idea where people dressed in blue polo shirts and khaki pants and walked into a Best Buy. And I think that's really funny. He's Charlie Todd seems like he's really into making things that will make people laugh, like into improv kind of things. He also did the No Pants subway ride where a bunch of people in the city caught the metro or the subway that day and took off their pants. They were just riding in their underwear, and I found that one to be really funny. Also, there was the Grand Central freeze where that he designed, where everyone in Grand Central Station just froze and stood there for a while. And the performing artist I did research on is Marina Abramovic, or however you say that. She's sort of I don't know. I find her kind of she's into weird things. Like she did this one thing where she took 20 knives and took a jab. I guess was just trying to jab between her fingers. And every time she would stab herself, she'll pick up a new knife until she used up all 20 of them. There was this other one where she took this pill that's for people who can't, I guess, can't control their muscles, and she took that and it reacted bad with her body. She lost control. She began having seizures, and I find that pretty weird. There was this other one where she was in uh, a petroleum star or something like that, and people noticed that she couldn't breathe and she lost consciousness, I guess, and paramedics and people in the audience had to stop that. And I don't I don't see how they are alike or can relate, but those are the two artists I did research on, and I had a lot of fun this week, and I'm really looking forward to next week's projects.